All right, so very special episode of the Puck Drop this week, as we have the SlabStox man himself, Aaron Novak, joining us. Aaron, how are you, man?
Good, man. Thanks for having me, Greg. Of course, you're the puck drop guy, but I gotta join on and talk some hockey with you. I mean, middle of the summer, around the Stanley Cup playoffs. I guess we're recording this a little bit in advance here, so if you know what's going on with the Stanley Cup playoffs, so we don't yet.
Yeah, we don't, but all of you guys know. The Stanley Cup has been given a while ago, and now the next draft is next week, actually. So Connor Bedard is obviously going to be the number one pick, going to Chicago. But who's going after that? Who knows? I mean, Anaheim has the second pick, and will they draft? Will they go with the Russian forward Mishkov? Who knows? But it's going to be a great draft class. And I made this bold statement or hot take, or call it whatever you want, at the beginning of 2023, saying that 2023 was going to be the hockey card year, the year of hockey cards. And some people were like, you're delusional. Hockey cards won't grow in the US. We'll never catch football or basketball or baseball. And I agree with that. I mean, it cannot, I mean, the sport itself cannot catch the three major sports in the US. But do you feel, before we go and jump into numbers, do you feel there's more interest into hockey cards and nowadays that there were probably a year ago or 2 years ago, even?
I would say, yeah, the overall discussion is bigger. More people recognizing even just the top talents like McDavid, who never interacted with hockey before, or see a highlight of him and get excited about it. So I'd say yes, and I'm excited to see. He brought up Bedard and everything like that. I think that like the hockey card market needs that big phenom chase. Haven't had it during the maybe COVID market boom, so to speak, where it's like everyone who even maybe doesn't know who hockey or what hockey is looking to get involved to try to chase a player. But now it's here with Bedard, like Wembanyama, for basketball. And I think it's gonna be a really, really big year. The second half of this year. And then going into next year too is obviously is bigger cards after the young guns would end up releasing like next year and stuff. So I'm excited to see what happens there. I gotta say that you brought up the Ducks. I didn't notice until like the lottery happened. I didn't realize they missed on Sidney Crosby by one pick. Also, that's brutal.
Yeah. Yeah. It's brutal for them, but they still had a Stanley Cup in 2007, I
Yeah, so they
believe.
they at least have something to be excited about.
Yes. So and they have a bright future. Yes, they're missing on Connor Bedard, but the Ducks, man, with Zegras, McTavish, Drysdale. Now they will either draft. I think they will draft Adam Fantilli, that we saw here, a young Canadian player that he just won the World Junior Championships. He was outstanding in that role. So adding him to the lineup, they, this team is going to be a star-studded team before long, and I believe a lot in the Ducks. So yes, they missed on Crosby, they're missing on Bedard, but don't sleep on the Ducks. To me, and Zegras and McTavish are great buys in the market right now.
And also shout out to Upper Deck. Those Zegras redemptions got redeemed like within like a week, I think. Like I know a lot
Yeah,
of people were bummed when the redemptions were in the set, myself included, but like they're already live. Like someone just sent one in to get graded with us the other day. It's crazy.
yeah, Zegras, McTavish, and Cider, and Turcotte as well. So a lot of them actually signed the cards. And I believe that Lucas Raymond is the only one that we haven't seen so far. But I mean, you can't be the only one not signing. I
Yeah.
cannot believe we will be left with only one that will, won't be able to send out the cards for months or years when all the other ones have signed. So
Yeah, for
it's
sure.
very interesting, what's going on right now in the card market, because this in the hockey card market, because this year, as you said, 2021-22 SP Atlantic was just released before we went to Toronto in April, and now in September we're waiting for another SP Atlantic for 2022-23. That's going to be outstanding. Matty Beniers is there. A few Montreal Canadiens players as well, including the first overall pick last year, Uri Slavkovsky. And this year, that's why I'm saying hockey cards this year. To me, it's been an outstanding year, and next year as well, because two SP Authentic releases, so a lot of hard sign rookie cards on the market, and next year might be the same kind of year, but for the cup release, which is the highest product you can get in hockey.
Yeah, and obviously, people have talked about, but the one of one Young Guns is gonna bring a chase that I think has never been seen before in hockey. I don't know how, and you've probably heard more than I have how people are reacting to that are like inside the hockey card market. Like me, yes, I collect hockey. I've got a bunch of Keandre Miller and stuff, but I'm not like you or like some of these people have been collecting hockey for a long time. Whereas me, coming from other sports, it's like that one of one chase will be huge. You think about Prism Black Luca chase, it'll be up there in the same vein, honestly. Do you think people are like, who are Young Guns purists, are they excited about a one of one coming, or they're like, no, never been a one of one, this is dumb?
Yeah, that news was huge. And usually collectors, you've been collecting for far longer than I have been, but I don't think collectors like change usually.
Yeah.
And so when the news broke that there were going to be changes as of the format of the hobby boxes, people were scared about the box prices going way up on Series 1 and Series 2 next year. By the way, before, no one asked on the video, but I know people are asking themselves, when is Connor Bedard's hockey Young Guns hockey rookie card going to be released? And it's going to be in Series 2, won't be in Series 1. So that's very important to note it. I said it in the puck drop previous episodes, but I know a lot of people are asking themselves these questions. So Connor Bedard Series 2, so it might be next April or something.
Yeah, when I brought that up, actually, I started thinking in my head, I was like, wait a second, if he's just drafted, are they going to be able to give him a Series 1? Because I don't necessarily know how that works, but obviously not.
No, he won't be. So I don't know who's going to be in Series 1, unfortunately, and that's totally normal as well. But we know that the number one overall pick is always going to be in Series 2 as of this year. Actually, Slavkovsky this year was in Series 2, and it's going to be the same next year. So change of format. Some people, some pure collectors weren't too happy about that news, but the people who will be chasing rainbows, rarer cards, and different versions of these cards, and obviously the one of one. I think this is going to make the hobby grow, because often you see investors or people that will see the arrival of someone like Bedard that we can compare to Wembanyama this year with the NBA. A lot of people are going to, even to me in the US or even Asia, the bigger card markets are probably going to want to get on these chases.
Yeah, I think that of all of it, from like an eyeballs and impressions, a discussion point standpoint, it's like the Bedard chase is going to be the biggest thing I think we've seen in a long time. Maybe I want to say ever, but I don't know enough of the last, let's say, 100 years to say that. But at least from like a social media perspective that I've lived through, I probably can't remember a single other time that people are more excited for like a hockey card chase coming. And yeah, I know people are excited about Crosby, obviously, but the market was way smaller back then, which is the difference there.
Yeah, Crosby and Ovechkin in 2005. But I mean, we can probably relate to what it was for Connor McDavid in 2015. And well, the 2015 set. And I mean, if we had a one of one of Connor McDavid, how much would it be worth today? I mean,
that I would venture to say, like, it'd be the first modern hockey card to push over $500,000. I don't think that there's been one to sell for over 250, maybe, and I could be wrong there, but I think like a McDavid Exquisite sold for maybe over around 500K at one point. But that am I mistaking myself? Wasn't there like one number 97 out of 99 that sold for like $1 million, or am I just I can't remember.
That's a very good question. I would
Yeah.
have to probably look on some information I have here, but yeah.
Well, here we go. I'll tell you
Connor
right now,
McDavid is the king of the hockey card market. That's for sure. Even Gretzky aside, a lot of collectors need some Connor McDavid in their portfolio. They want it in their collection. But Bedard, even we're talking about the one of one, but what about the high gloss as well? Number out of 10, the exclusives out of 100, and also the new parallel out of 250. So it's becoming more and more accessible. Well, accessible, quote unquote, to have these different numbered cards instead of only some flagship rookie not numbered. You know what I
The
mean?
the odd 250 will be interesting because that, the one of one is a one of one, but the odd 250 will give us a better gauge for like how much more value is there in these boxes that people are chasing. Like, will that make them more expensive? Because you're right, like the price now there'll be a one of one in there, and the manufacturer's making it at 250 to make it a more valuable card. It will probably drive the price of the boxes up, as we've seen with like basketball and stuff. I just checked really quick just to fact check myself. So the number 97 out of 99, that was back in 2020 to 135K. So obviously not anywhere close to a million. And then the most expensive McDavid was 228K, a PSA 10 of the Cup RPA. In 2022. So he had none of crossed over 250K for McDavid. So, I
Wow.
venture if he had the one of one Young Guns, you're talking over $500,000.
Oh, that's for sure. That's for sure, and I can't wait to see what's going to be with Connor Bedard. Obviously, a lot of it is going to rely on the beginning of his season. I mean, of course, if he doesn't have a good season to start, or if he gets injured or whatever, there will be a lot of doubt, and it will probably cool the market a little bit, which
Right.
opens an opportunity for the people who want to get some of his cards. But also, it's an amazing rookie class, and we've had great rookie classes for the past 3 years as well. So 2021, 22, 22, 23, and now 23, 24. So might be very, very interesting. And I think it's a fantastic opportunity for the hockey card market to grow in itself and open eyes and bring collectors and investors in that amazing market.
I agree. And hey, Greg, I think it's time for something. What should we do right now?
We should head over the Slab Sharks eBay account because, as you know, the SlabStox Puck Drop is powered by Slab Sharks, the best place to buy and consign hockey cards on eBay. So let's go and take over a look to their Thursday night auction. All right, now let's go over and take a look on Slab Sharks Thursday night auction ending tonight on eBay. A couple of amazing cards that are on auction right now, and starting with this one, Future Watch BGS 9 Auto 10 Connor McDavid, an absolute hockey card monster right there up for grabs. So don't miss your chance. If ever you've got the budget to invest in Connor McDavid, this is a dream card for many hockey collector, including mine. Even though I don't own any Connor McDavid cards, why not having one of those in our collection? This is an absolute grail. You can see a few Alex Ovechkin and also Austin Matthews in the auctions this week. Some William Nylander that we will see a little bit later that you saw probably on the Daily Slab this morning. Another Connor McDavid might as well be very interesting. I like that Kale McCarr right here. This Future Watch, the design of the 2019 SP Authentic Future Watch is absolutely amazing. And if you listen to the last episode that we released here on the SlabStox Puck Drop, you know that I think that Kale McCarr right now is a very big buy. And speaking of buy, why not go for this Connor McDavid and not Austin Matthews? Connor McDavid, Young Guns, rookie, raw. Mario Lemieux, rookie once again. So head over to the Slab Sharks eBay account and see all of these amazing cards, probably at good prices in the off season, to grab and add to your collection. So as I said earlier, Aaron, next year might be the year where we see two different releases of the Cup, 2021, 22, and 22, 23 as well, which is the highest product that you can have in hockey cards. As you're a collector, investor, breaker as well, how do you see that? Does that make it more appealing for you to actually collect, break, open hockey cards?
Well, speaking of the Cup and coming in twos, I figure I got these right here. I got two
Look at
Keandre
you.
Miller patch autos. This one on the right is the one I bought, or on the left is the one I bought in Toronto.
I was
so I got
there.
both graded. There we go.
Happy.
But
Happy
to the
for
actual
you.
question itself, I think that I've never really seen that high end of a set release twice in a year. Thinking about basketball, football, these other ones, generally, obviously, they're stagnated out a year, upper deck a little bit delayed, so we're going to try to get them closer together. I think it's interesting. Like, I don't know if you remember seeing this past year, Blez Sports Cards, one of the biggest football and basketball breakers that there is, broke Upper Deck the Cup this past release and pulled the McDavid 1/1 shield. I imagine, yeah, big breakers out there that want to get their hands on the high end product are probably like, super pumped that they're able to rip it twice in a year, as I'm sure more high end releases are more exciting for them to do. For us, like, I don't know if I'll physically be breaking the cup. It's a very high end release. I'd love to try to at some point here. But I think it's exciting. And as for the releases themselves, like, I think the thing about putting two releases together like that is like the singles market. You think about Eminence, like football and basketball releases. There's a lot of singles that hit the market like right away as people who buy into breaks are trying to recoup some of their costs and such like that. So the singles seem to sell a little bit lower to start because of the overall higher supply. I don't know the exact time frame of them releasing, but I'm just thinking about like if there's a lot of the cup singles releasing from 2 different years in a shorter amount of time, maybe it'll present an opportunity for people who like buying singles like myself to look at maybe when that second release comes out, the first release might be a bargain because people are moving on to the next thing. So you can think about which rookies are in that first set that you can pick up for cheaper because they're already looking ahead to the Bedard, the cup chase, right? So that's an interesting thing I think that could come out of that.
Are you going to be chasing some of Cole Caulfield's the cup cards?
I mean, see that I'd love. I'd absolutely love that. And actually, Bedard's the cup would be like 2.5 years from now, probably, to be honest. So yeah, I keep on forgetting that the cup hasn't had Cole Caulfield out yet. So yeah, I would love to get, like, if I can get the exquisite jumbo patch auto to pair with the Keandre, that'd be awesome. Both playing on the same Badger team at the same time. That'd be sweet. So I'll definitely try for that.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Aaron, for your time. Always a pleasure chatting with you, and especially about hockey cards, man. We don't do it often enough. So let's do it again sometime soon.
Definitely. Thank you so much, Greg, and have a great day, everyone.
You too. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Talk to you in 2 weeks.